Hello there, Mr. Ibnu. My name is Andika Puthabiansyah, and I will be doing the Language Assessment Project 1. The first part, I will be talking about C-tests. C-tests are cost-effective and efficient assessment tools that calculate global foreign language proficiency in the written manner. They can be utilized for proficiency measurement in foreign language, research and placement screening instruments in foreign language educational setting. C-tests are compared to a shortcut, quick estimations of language proficiency since they are able to dive into a variety of language features such as vocabulary, syntax, morphology, and spelling. This allows testers to scale learners' overall language proficiency. C-tests are easy for researchers and teachers to administer and score. These are components of C-test. Multiple short tests. A C-test usually contains of 4 to 6 short authentic tests, around 60-80 words each, on different neutral topics to make sure content validity and minimize bias. Then the second, a complete first sentence. The very first sentence of each text is available to support an initial context for the test taker. The third one, persistent deletion rate. This way, secure a consistent deletion rate throughout the test, unlike traditional closed tests where erratic deletion can lead to variation in difficulty. The fourth is unremoved element. One-letter word, proper names, numbers, and abbreviations are mostly available. Then the last is an intact last section. The last section of the text usually remains unaltered to serve as further context and hint. Then we go to disadvantages of the C-test. Limited range for measuring proficiency. C-tests are not considered a reliable measure of overall language proficiency because they may not assess high-level comprehension skill. And the second is chance of searching answer in the text. The puzzle-like type can sometimes permit test taker to predict correct answers from contextual clues in the surrounding text, rather than relying on their ability and skill. The third is focus on vocabulary over comprehension. C-tests may emphasize vocabulary skills at the expenses of deeper, higher-level reading comprehension. And the last one, ceiling effect. Advanced test taker and native speaker may notice C-tests too simple, making them ineffective for distinguishing between high-level abilities. Then we go to the part 2. Language assessment using tests. There will be two tests. The first test is, I think I should read this. Arya Scarbell, a young duchess living in the European Empire. She is the vice head of the Scarbell family, which has worked her way up from the bottom. A beautiful young girl with long black hair. She is a hard-working person who values loyalty and honesty, but she is cruel towards her adversary, offers little to no mercy to those who displease her, and has lived her life as someone who will do anything to gain her goal. Scarbell, who once a low-class family, but now from the hard-earning efforts of Arya in just 6 months, the Scarbell family has become one of the highest-class nobilities in the empire. Her present motives are to please the king of the kingdom, improve the house of Scarbell, and eliminate the other nobility that have the same position as hers, as she knows that other nobilities intend to take down the Scarbell family. Then this is the second test. On the sunny morning, Arya was sitting in her office. Her table was full of paper and she was finishing the burial of her husband. She had read letters from other houses, sending condolences to the Scarbell's house. She was accompanied by 2 people, Xander and Digna. Xander, who always beside her, an old man wearing a black suit with white shirt. He has a well-groomed white hair with a proper look, and his posture was straight, despite his age. While Digna, a beautiful girl standing beside the door, she has a black bob hair cut and was wearing silver armor. She was one of the guards who will take turn to protect Arya. A sword and a shield could be seen lying below her feet, and they seem to be her weapons of choice. And I will talk about scoring guide. The first test has 25 missing words. If the answer field is not the exact correct answer, then it will be labeled as wrong. The total correct answer will be multiplied by 2 and then divided by 5. That will be the final score. Then, so if the test taker correct all of it, 25 words, then it will be multiplied by 2, it become 50, and then will be divided by 5, then will be 10. And the second test has 30 missing words. It is the same rule as the first test. The correct answer will be multiplied by 2 and then divided by 6. That will be the final score. So if a test taker has correct answer 30, the 30 will be multiplied by 2 and become 60, and then divided by 6, then it will become 10. I decided to give all the answer the same score as equal, whether it is short, 1 to 2 words, or long, 3 to 4 words, it is all the same. My test measures the test taker capability and understanding the context of the test. It also tests their vocabulary and grammar. And my justification, I choose descriptive text test because it is easy to understand the context of the test. I pick a storytelling theme for the test. It is pretty common for intermediate level students to have read a lot of stories. The test includes past tense, continuous tense, and possessive noun, all of which are aligned with intermediate level. Some missing words require the test taker to have a decent vocabulary to find the correct answer. Then we will talk about the advantages of the C-test. It is easy to understand, they are straightforward to make, manage, and score, often taking only minutes to finish. Then the second is efficiency and economy. C-tests are less time consuming and cheaper than comprehensive language proficiency tests, such as TOEFL. Then third is effective measure. They yield a fine overall assessment of general language capability by assessing multiple language portions simultaneously. Then is versatility. Design can be adapted for many different intentions, and the last one is reliability and validity. C-tests have been revealed to be a reliable and valid estimate of language skill. Then the last is comparison with other assessment methods. The first is cloze test. It's a valid method to measure reading comprehension, but it can give an unpredictable test to solve. A less reliable method to test language proficiency than C-test. And second is multiple choice question. While it is relatively easy to make, it is time consuming. It is also close-ended. It requires selecting the best answer from a list of options, and the test taker can guess the correct answer randomly. Not very effective in measuring language proficiency. Then the last is open-ended writing, an effective test to measure reading and writing comprehension. The problem is that it is time-consuming to take the test and requires an intermediate level to succeed at it. The answer is also variable. Every person has a different answer, so the tester must have the ability to judge whether the answer is correct or not. Thank you.